Welcome to the Butts and Seats podcast, episode number 159.
Woo!
February 5th, 2001, WCW Monday Nitro. I realized lately that I'm like, I should be hitting that earlier because we're not really noting
The date?
audio-wise. Like, we're hitting it a bit in, as opposed to like off the cuff.
It's in the title. I don't think I would worry about
Fair.
that so much. If you're following along week to week, it's just the next one in the queue.
But I'm Nick alongside Emily.
I'm here.
Emily, how are you doing in this way too loaded up week?
Yeah, so what the listeners don't know is this is our third recording session this week because we're prepping for a trip that we're taking. We're finally going on a vacation. It's been a long time coming.
At this point, the trip is gone when it's coming
That
out.
sucks. So when you're hearing this, we're back. We had a great time in Ireland. We had a great time in Dublin. And then we went to Scotland and had a great time in Edinburgh. So, thanks for hosting us, countries.
Yeah, you're assuming we don't get kicked out or denied, and it's like,
No,
you're
I'm
from
hoping
America?
that
We don't want
we
you.
get stuck over there. My goal is that you hear this and we are just tweeting oops, still in Ireland. Bummer.
I pitched to Emily, I'm like, what if we watched a show on the plane and then did a headphone recording podcast? And she's like, shut the fuck up.
Why would we do that?
I think I might have discovered a podcast that does record on planes. I think I randomly stumbled upon this today.
Why would you do that? Think about the people around you. Situational awareness. That sucks.
I think if you're just talking normally and not being crazy about it, I think that's fine.
Maybe, but
Two people just talking on a plane.
I don't know. I don't want to be around people who are having an impassioned conversation for
Yes,
2
I guess
hours.
that's the thing.
No.
Impassioned is the
Yeah,
element.
we get heated and then we re-say sentences that we don't like how we said them. So we just be repeating ourselves for 2 hours. If I was sitting, if it was a row of 3 people and there was a third on the edge of us, I would want to kill you.
Oh God, I'm remembering from college. If you want to live through hell, be in the room with somebody who is actively editing, especially film stuff where it's all right, we need to find the exact frame, and you listen to the same sound for about 3 straight minutes, just looping.
Yep. Yeah, that would kill me.
But Emily, tonight's Nitro, it's not in Ireland, it's in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Good old Tupelo.
I think with this, we are officially only south of the Mason-Dixon going forward.
You think so?
I remember noting it's a lot of south shows, and Baltimore, Indianapolis, the most north they went.
Yeah.
So I think, we're just in the south for the remaining,
That makes
not
sense.
even 2 months.
Yeah, that makes sense. 1, there's not that many shows, and 2, it's a southern company.
I guess, with 2 months left, does this feel like a show that's about to die to you?
It feels like it's treading water, but it also feels like it has somewhere that it's trying to get to. So I guess it's like doggy paddling.
To me, it's just more treading water where they have the day of after Super Bowl, we're taking a break, so...
Yeah, but you have to get to Super Brawl and make that interesting.
Do they?
They have to get to Super Brawl.
Yeah, by the way, that plan obviously still is not going to happen, but it hasn't been announced yet.
Well, oh yeah, this episode they didn't really talk about the new owners all that much.
There was a mention or two. I don't really remember fully what it was.
It wasn't a whole storyline.
Oh, I forget if it was this show or the Thunder. It might have been the Thunder of Ernest Miller going, oh, there's some new owners. I got to go kiss some ass. It's so you're admitting it.
I don't think he said that on this, so it must be Thunder.
It is Thunder. But tonight's Nitro did a 2.34 to Raw's 5.02. Nitro is down from last week, and next week is even worse.
I think we're just on a downward trajectory from here out, right?
It's going to hold around there. It never drops below a 2.
Which is crazy.
But the ratings don't mean much for the general product, honestly, especially at this point. Let's get into some backstage notes, and actually, kind of relevant to ratings. Over in WWF, kind of, the XFL debuted recently.
Oh, let's play some football.
Where's my football? This is going to be the extra fun league.
Sure.
Quite frankly.
Yeah, so in the States, I guess that the Super Bowl was 2 weeks ago? Last week?
It was the Sunday before last week's episode because the Ravens won and they didn't know how to heal on that.
So I really thought that they waited longer to launch the XFL after the Super Bowl. I thought they gave it a couple weeks.
That was the whole point, is they were trying to capitalize.
Yeah, I knew that it was trying to fill the void that football is, evacuating. But I thought they gave it like a week or two, a couple more weeks or something.
No, but like the first week apparently does decent ratings, and it's going to crater next week.
That tracks.
Like every week it drops 50%.
We could do a whole podcast on what the fuck the XFL is. Because you've explained it to me a few times, like the weird rules. It still doesn't make any sense.
Somewhat related, this Christmas, Emily got me a He Hate Me jersey.
I forgot about that.
Over in ECW, they are apparently $7 million in debt because they still have not announced, hey, we're done.
They haven't announced it yet?
No.
When do they announce?
Oh, God. Like, I think it's like 2 days after the sale of WCW.
Really?
They technically outlast WCW.
Wow.
Like, Paul Heyman is on WWF television while technically they haven't filed for bankruptcy because he's waiting the 60 days because the creditors thing. And remember, people should be thanking Paul.
Sure. Does Paul hold that over Eric Bischoff's head of like, I lasted longer than you? Because I feel like that's something that he would do.
Not to my knowledge, but like, yeah, the thing is like, he lasted longer. However, the show wasn't on for...
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Eric Bischoff, he's not here tonight. He has put John Laurinaitis in charge and just like, yeah, he's just not around. That's why the, like...
Well, he's been a silent director.
Yeah, he's also just working over the finances. He's going on vacation at some point around here, which is the famous... No, like, it's over. Oh, it went through? No. So, when we talked earlier about, like, oh, like, Bischoff does run this whole era, it's like, yeah, but he's checked out.
Yeah.
He's just waiting.
He, like all of us, is waiting to see what happens with the sale.
So Billy, I compiled these a bit ago, and I kind of copy and paste them into my notes, so I forget them a lot of times until I read them. This past week, WCW released 5 women because they're not doing anything.
They had 5 women?
Yeah, I guess, admittedly, everyone on this list has been on TV recently.
Okay, let me guess. Tori Wilson.
No, I think Tori's already gone.
Okay. We know Medeja's still here, so Tigress.
Yes.
Paisley.
Yep.
Medusa? Is Medusa still around?
No, I think she's been gone for a while.
Oh, Miss Jones!
No, she's on the show.
Fuck.
She doesn't do anything when she's on the show.
It would make sense for her to be cut.
2 of these manage a team, and the teams were on this show without the women. By the way, one's Daphne, but we noted last week it was her last week, so I don't...
I don't count her. I mean, Tigress managed the animals, but I said her. Okay, tell me.
The other 2 you're missing are Major Guns and Leia Meow.
Yeah, I forget that Leia Meow was ever here. I mean, they finished MIA's story. Major Guns had no place here anymore. I think with us noting that Daphne's officially gone, let's have a little chat, I guess, about these 5 women and Crowbar who are gone. Let's just talk about Daphne and Crowbar.
I mean, any notes on the other woman? No. This isn't a Hall of Fame worthy career for Charmel?
Depends who you ask. To me, no. Not really.
Yeah, I want to see more of Daphne's TNA work because we fucking loved Daphne.
She was the best. She was genuinely the best part of every episode she was in. Like,
she was the perfect fish out of water. I remember when she first showed up, it was a like Nitro party, like sketch. And it was like, this feels so different. And she had that for a good while. And then they put her with people and they didn't want to do anything with David Flair and Crowbar, especially Crowbar.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was just a fun act that was going to do whatever the fuck she wanted that segment.
And I think that's needed. She was just like a beacon of energy when like all the other women on the show were just, I'm hot. That's not what Daphne ever was. And she knew that. I mean, she's cute and she's always been cute. But she knew that she wasn't going to be that little like, for lack of a better term, I'm sorry, sex kitten that like everybody else was.
Or to the blonde bimbo, but...
That too. Yeah. But she was very much her own character in her own right, and I'm going to miss her energy. Yeah,
of the 5 women they released, I feel like she definitely had the most promise.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, she was Cruiserweight champion at one point. Very briefly. Yeah,
that was a glitch in the Matrix.
Which was funny, because before that, I feel like they were like, oh yeah, she could wrestle. She won the championship. Oh, she doesn't know how to wrestle.
Well, just like Crowbar.
Yeah, I would say they did the Crowbar thing. But yeah, we glossed over last episode that it was Crowbar's last episode. And
that breaks my heart.
Yeah, I think I'll give you the floor to talk about, I think, somebody who infiltrated your boys' stable to maybe the most degree he could.
Probably, yeah.
Did he succeed Kidman?
I don't know. He's definitely in the same tier as Kidman for me, especially like this era, Kidman and Crowbar. Crowbar's just somebody who I knew, like, okay, here's the difference. I knew who Billy Kidman was before we started watching WCW.
Yeah.
I had a background knowledge of who that man was. Coming into WCW, I had no idea who Crowbar was. So he was just like a native talent to me that I discovered and fell in love with entirely on Nitro. He is everything that I want out of a wrestler. He's a little unhinged. He's high flying. He does crazy moves. He does cool hardcore moves. And he has a hell of a character that he can work with and utilize. And again, like, I'm just happy that he is still living his life pretty healthily, I think. He didn't suffer a horrifying injury.
I mean, he's 26 here.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
He's so young. And he's got so much life in him, and it's just they didn't know how to use him. It's the same as Daphne. I think that if they had given them a proper push, these two would have been skyrocketed. But they weren't the kind of people that they wanted to push in wrestling in general. They would have thrived on ECW.
Yeah.
But ECW was a dying ship for years at this point.
You know what team I'd love to see in ECW? Granted, neither of them went there, but put the team of Crowbar and Canyon with Daphne in ECW. Like, give them somewhere where they can fucking flourish.
Where they can do something and, like, be their full character. Yeah. Yeah. Crowbar really stood out to me. He was really, like, special wrestler. I don't know.
I don't think we even loved his gimmick starting up because he was just, like, David Flair's crazy friend.
But he was also David Flair's friend that grounded him. You remember the wedding?
Well, that was later. That's the thing. Like, he just came in as, like, this guy at a fucking gas station.
True.
And we're like, who the fuck is this guy? And he just won us over with his talent.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
No, you're right. And he came out of literally nowhere and stole the show. Like, he's probably the best thing that WCW natively produced. Natively. Like, they didn't poach from somewhere else.
Emily Goldberg.
I keep thinking that he was poached.
No, Emily Goldberg.
Goldberg is so evergreen
DDP.
across companies. DDP, really?
Yeah.
DDP was in ECW?
Nope.
Really?
No.
I thought he came from DCW first.
He drove Honky Tonk Man to the ring at a WrestleMania. That's on ECW, but...
All right, fine. Top 5. How about that?
Yeah,
there weren't many. There weren't many
There
native
are more than you
homegrown
think.
that stand the test of time.
I'll push back on the top 5 all time. That said, I think he is
stand with the top 5.
in the top 5 most underrated of who they've pushed out of there. He's one that I'm like, why the fuck didn't you scoop him up, WWE? Like,
because he didn't fit the mold that they needed over there.
it's also they let him go before they got the contracts, and they went, well, we already have so many, so we're not going to add anybody. Like,
I suppose.
I do wonder if he was under contract come the buyout, if he would have had more of a chance. I think just him getting released at a weird time really screwed him.
I just don't... What would they have done with him in WWE?
I think he would have done well in, like, the hardcore division they had there of, like, Rhino and Raven and all them. I think he could have done fine there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think that towards the end of our time with Crowbar, he was doing some really fantastic work. Like, his hardcore stuff was repetitive, but he still made it really fun.
Yeah, I'm still sad he never really got the big match that they were setting up for with Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no word on Terry Funk lately.
Is he still under contract?
We noted his last match happened, but like after Sin Sunday, they haven't like mentioned him. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, I know he will appear in WWA. He might even show up in XWF, but he does the indies a bit. He might even be early days TNA, but he's not long lasting. Actually, yeah, looking at it now, he's done in 03 over there. He did pop into AEW in like 2021.
Crowbar did?
Yeah.
What?
He lost to Joey Janela.
Sure he
on
did.
AEW Dark Elevation. Jesus. The match featured a cameo by the Blue Meanie.
Oh my God.
with 2 ECW alumni giving a shoot promo afterwards.
Sure.
Oh, wait. With the 2. So I guess, did he show up in ECW briefly? Okay, yeah. Never mind. He was in ECW in 96 ever so shortly.
Oh. I will, at the very least, say he is the best thing that WCW lost.
He was one of the most pleasant surprises of the podcast.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, we're definitely going to miss him. And I feel like the fact that you got rid of the TV title really created a hole for his ceiling. It's like, okay, well, there's the U.S. title, but I don't know that he was necessarily there, but you don't really have the elevation route that you need.
Yeah, and then the hardcore title was just a joke title.
Yeah, considering it vanished and they didn't even note it.
Right.
So yeah, we will miss Crowbar. If we, I think he may be the main selling point to do the other companies.
Maybe. He is pretty firmly in my boy stable, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to revisit that at the final Bitsies.
Okay. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, we gotta work on that. And again, no notes on Tigress, Paisley, Major Guns, or Lamb Meow.
Lamb Meow, definitely not. I never remember that she's here until she walks out. Tigress, girl, you were doing nothing. Why were you here?
Yeah, I feel like she really not given anything. Like
we shit on Charmel a little bit. She at least was doing something with Paisley. She had a character, kind of. She was trying something. It didn't work, but she tried.
I think she had it better with Prince Ayakea than she does with Kiwi.
You might be right. She tried, though. I don't feel like Tigress ever really tried. Tigress just came out and was like, LOL, I'm hot.
I'll take her over Major Guns.
Fair. But, again, Major Guns didn't try.
Major Guns had a 30-second match that was almost entirely botched. I don't know how that's possible. Actually, that might have been with Tigress. I forget who that.
It might have been Tigress.
Or was it Paisley? I forget who was in that match, but it was just like
I think it was Tigress.
This match is so short. How can it be this bad?
Major Guns is another one that's just like, what was the point of having you here?
Admittedly, if Crowbar is gone, it's like with all 5 of them, it's like, you don't have a women's wrestling division, so if you're trying to cut costs...
Yeah, you might as well cut the women.
Yeah, because you don't do anything with them besides stand at ringside. Like, half of them don't even interfere anymore.
No, they don't interfere. Medeja interferes. She does put in work.
But let's move on to... I have 2 more backstage notes because we are still technically in that segment. AJ Styles and Air Paris are expected to sign new 3-year contracts with WCW next week.
Wow, so lucrative. That's great for them.
And in the category of, you're still under contract? This past week, due to injury, Vampiro's pay was cut.
Vampiro's still here?
He got concussed when I'm not coming back, and he's been getting paid since.
You know what? I respect
it. And
it.
this is the week they go, all right, well, now we're going to pay you less.
I thought that was illegal. I thought you couldn't cut somebody's pay when they're on IR.
Wrestling doesn't abide by any fucking laws, but it's also...
I'm using IR...
Yeah. Also, even in sports, when you're on the IR, you get paid your guaranteed money, but you don't get paid the per game thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's just the thing in wrestling at this point. And like they cut Bret Hart's pay when he was like more or less retired, and then fired him for the same reason of like, well, you can't live up to your contract, so we're gonna pay you less. Like there's no health benefits. That's why you need a union.
Yeah,
Terry.
A union sounds like a great idea.
Well, brother, I don't know about that.
Are there still not unions in 2026?
Nope.
That's insane.
Not even AEW.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. WWF is generationally fucked. AEW had a chance to do something big with the unions.
I just don't know how it would work between the 2 companies.
Well,
but I'm also not a lawyer. It may be very obvious somebody who knows the law.
I know it enough to not break it.
All right, but let's move on to what Emily deems the Thunder Report, where there's always weather.
Ka-chow.
That's the drop I'm not cutting it in.
Oh. Okay.
Right, Emily? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Very few on this. This is another very forgettable episode of Thunder.
What? What are the 3 things that we had to watch Thunder to see?
Well... one of them I thought would be important, even though it's incredibly stupid, because the Cat books Rick Steiner versus Shane Douglas for the U.S. title at Super Brawl.
Okay.
And on camera is like, you need to make sure Ric Flair doesn't find out about this.
Okay. Well, hey, that's not that crazy. Ric Flair doesn't watch the show.
Yeah, he just found out Totally Buff was like 2 people
Ric
last
Flair
week.
Doesn't watch. This is a safe place.
Admittedly, one that I'm like, should I send this to her? Billy Kidman versus Shane Helms was just about as good as you expect, given how much time there was.
That's not bad. How long did they get?
It's 6-7 minutes.
6.
I wasn't going for that, but just enough time to do a good little match. But it's buried on Thunder, so it tells you how they feel about it.
Yeah, well, but still, hey.
To avoid twin magic during the Harris Brothers match, the referee Sharpies an X on Ron's hand. Before the match starts, they pickpocket the ref very sloppily and
take the Sharpie,
and then Sharpie Don's hand, and then They have to like throw back the rings to the refs like, oh, I must have dropped it, I guess.
The refs
That's
are
why I
stupid.
didn't feel it.
Yeah, the refs are dumb.
But whatever combination of Harris boys beats Lash LaRue, because for some reason he's involved in this, they don't have enough hands to have somebody randomly be in this match.
But they have enough Sharpies.
They only have one.
But they have enough Sharpie hands.
Backstage, the Wall says he's going to kill Hugh Morris, and then he's going to cripple him.
Oh, good. Great.
It does sound like they have a match at Super Brawl, but we don't see either of these men tonight.
Yeah, I didn't even think about not seeing the Wall. I mean, what a bummer. Oh no, I didn't get to see the Wall.
They also do a, what's technically known as a Texas swap. I don't know how the Wall doesn't see this. The Wall is being interviewed by Mean Gene, and then we cut to a close-up of the Wall talking to the microphone. And when we pan back out, Hugh Morris is holding the microphone.
Sure.
What's the logic of that?
I'm genuinely sitting here trying to put together logic, and I even can't hairbrain it.
Glacier confirms that he has Norman Smiley's back, but doesn't come out until Norman's about to lose to Bam Bam Bigelow.
I'm so glad he's here.
In maybe the stupidest moment of Thunder this week, which is saying something, Mike Sanders has a match with Conan that he pawns off onto Reno. Mike Sanders then goes to Reno and is like, tap out quick, wink, wink. So they do the match. Reno just loses in about 90 seconds. And then Mike Sanders comes out and is like, we got you, bitch. And Reno hits his finisher after the match. But he still lost.
You know, who's the real winner, brother? I keep forgetting that Reno's still even here. So he's the winner for still having
yeah,
paycheck.
jeez. I don't know when his last match is. I can maybe go find that. But with the Thrillers casually imploding, like, they're not even interested in this story.
No.
I don't know what Reno's doing. Ric Flair, Animal, Jeff Jarrett, and Scott Steiner go to a Baltimore jail, which is totally not part of the arena.
Baltimore jail.
Because DDP got arrested on Nitro.
Yeah, but think about the geography of Baltimore. The jail's not that far away.
Honestly, they might have gone over there because they do have a cell as part of this, which this isn't fucking Philly. I don't know that the arena has a jail under it.
No. The police department's like less than a mile down the street.
But yeah,
just
it's
a
all
couple
like
blocks.
the very like hard, like school concrete kind of thing, you know, like that shape of like, I'll say brick, but like the
cement block.
Yeah. So they go to the jail. They came to tease DDP, but apparently he made bail an hour ago.
Sure.
Which, again, is this after Nitro or is this 2 days later?
Great question.
They go into the cell where he was, and there's an envelope with a note for them. It's like, I knew you monkeys might try something like this.
Not monkeys.
And they did threaten a cop earlier in the segment, but while they're reading the note, another cop comes by and closes the cell door on them, so the three of them are trapped in the cell, and the cop is like, Dallas said you might try something like this. So, Thunder goes off the air with the three of them yelling to let him out.
So, DDP...
Don't Emily, it's not worth it. Your brain cells are too important.
It's just the Spider-Man pointing meme. You know what it actually is? It's the episode of The Office where they're there's a murder in Savannah, and they're all just doing like the handgun standoff, and they keep changing who the guns are pointing at. It's like, I knew you were gonna do something, and I knew he was gonna do something, and she knew I was gonna do something. What's going on?
Yeah. So that's Thunder.
Thunder is just a bunch of grown men playing pretend. I think like there's no rhyme or reason to that show.
Yeah. You want to get into our main show?
Okay, see, I didn't hate the main show as much as Nick did. Nick did not have a good time watching this.
I'm not going to give it worst bit, but this is a sleeper. The whole show is worst bit kind of show.
I disagree.
There's nothing good on this show.
The wrestling is not bad. We have to find shining lights. We're so close to the end.
I'll be honest, my notes for most of the matches are very short because I'm like, they're not fucking doing anything.
But let's get started. Let's get into the show.
Actually, sorry, the show has already started.
That's true.
Yeah, we open in the middle of an opening segment, and I'm like...
It's very weird.
I thought, like, oh, is it a weird, like, rip thing? It's like, nope, Tony Schiavone knows, like, yeah, folks, this has been going on. Why we're doing this? Just pseudo heat.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you missed something by not being in person. Is this their way of, like, manipulating people into, like, buying tickets? Because, like, you don't know what's going on unless you're in the building. You need to be here.
Even if you're there, you're not going to know what's going on.
You think those mics were turned on? No.
But we're in the middle of a promo segment with Kevin Nash, Ric Flair, and Animal. Flair invites Nash to come into the ring and fight him. And Nash starts going towards there. Animal comes after him, and Nash fights him off so fucking easily.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking jobs him out.
Like one hit KO.
Yeah, and he's down, and Ric Flair is like, Animal!
You brought this man in to be your strong man, your bodyguard. He's crumbling like a piece of paper.
Asking a loud 5-year-old who their favorite Muppet is. Animal! But yeah, he tells him to get up. Nash backs Flair to the corner and foot chokes him. Ric Flair's group arrives backstage and rushes to the ring. Kevin Nash hits a big boot and tells Flair he's now calling the shots. Nash then just slowly beats Flair down in the ring. He's like, I'm going to strip you naked.
Yeah, he says, like, you may be the boss, but you're not my boss. Which is just a confusing line. Like, if you're the boss, you're everyone else's. You are Kevin's boss. Rick is Kevin's
new ownership?
boss.
I don't know.
You may be the boss, but you're not my... What the fuck are you... What?
Kevin Nash then pulls off Ric Flair's jacket and then rips open his shirt, and Ric Flair's wrists get stuck in the shirt Mr. T style.
Oh, no.
He actually managed to get him off,
Yeah.
unlike Mr. T, but
Oh, no.
he struggled there for a bit to get like the button kind of open, I guess.
I'm guessing it, like, got caught on his watch or something.
Well, it's just in general, if you flip the shirt out and the button's not open, it's going to get stuck.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash gets Flair's pants off, and then he's like, this is getting pathetic.
It is.
Ric Flair then begs off, and he's getting boys vibes off this.
Do you want me to eat your shit? I'll eat your shit.
I was trying not to spoil anything, technically, but I guess we'll keep it vague enough.
You don't know who said that.
But
by the time this comes out, it'll be 2 weeks after the finale.
But Ric
It's
Flair
fine.
begs off, and Kevin Nash pulls his titties out, and I'm just like,
Whip him out, big man.
it's getting sexy. Especially with Kevin Nash being like, all right, I'm going to get you in a powerbomb position. So you just exposed your chest and brought a man who's half naked into your groin. Like,
But you said that he ripped his pants off, right?
yes.
You noticed that they were tearaway slacks?
Oh, no, I guess I missed
Oh my god, they ripped so seamlessly down the leg. They were like Velcro slacks. There was also a point while all this was happening, we cut to backstage and a limo arrives and Scott Steiner and Buff, I think, are
Yeah, I
arriving.
know that, like, all Team Flair arrives.
They don't really hustle to the ring. Like, they're told right away. They don't really hustle.
We
And
don't know what the layout is.
But you know how this would have been fixed? Get to work on time. If they got here on time, they would have been able to run out and help their guy.
Emily, there's a throwaway line in a later segment that actually explains this.
What, that their call time wasn't until the show started?
No,
Bullshit.
Ric Flair yells at Mike Sanders for fucking up their travel.
Oh, wow. No.
I bought it.
You almost had me for a second. No.
Genuinely, I was fine with it. All right.
No.
But anyway, Ric Flair's group comes down to ringside, and Buff Bagwell holds back Steiner. Kevin Nash then threatens to break Ric Flair's neck if they get in the ring.
But they also, again, they're not hustling. They have enough time to hit Scott Steiner's music before they saunter to the top of the ring. Your guy is getting killed. He's like naked and afraid in the middle of the ring. And you're not even like putting a modicum of pep in your step.
Yeah,
Get
so-
your mans.
So with the standoff of, if you get in the ring, I'm going to break his neck, they're like, well, what are you going to do, Nash? And it's like,
Break his neck.
well, if you don't break his neck, what's your plan? No one seems to have a plan of how this segment's going to end right now.
It's funny.
To
in
the
one of
point
my
where I was like,
classes-
break his neck, something will happen.
Oh my God. In one of my classes, we're talking about like what negotiation is and like how to negotiate. These men could have used that class. They have no idea what they're like there for, what the stakes are.
Open the fucking ring ropes, you crazy bastards.
Jesus Christ.
An entire faction is going to end tonight.
Too real. Don't make it real. We're here for fun.
Well, on that note, Nash notes he brought a negotiator here tonight. And then the Cats music hits. And
Oh yeah, that'll help.
admittedly, the entire heel faction turns around to be like, well, his music hit, he's coming out here. We're gonna attack him on the way. But he just comes in through the crowds. He's like, over here, dummies.
Not one of them kept their eyes on the ring. All of them were like, I'm going to turn around and stare at the ramp.
Well,
Guys.
you know, maybe if he's wearing a costume, Buff Bagwell might have been like, wait a minute, I know this move.
Get this man a Bill Clinton mask stat.
The Cat tells Flair he's in charge tonight, and Nash keeps threatening to kill Ric Flair. Cat then draws out booking the show with taunting Flair and says that Scott Steiner is going to work 3 matches tonight. The first of which is going to be 4 cruiserweights versus Steiner. Second match is DDP versus Scott Steiner. And the third match is Kevin Nash and a mystery partner of Nash's choosing. They're just keeping it secret from Steiner. And that match is for the title. And if Nash wins, then Ric Flair has to resign at midnight.
Yeah. Lots of stakes on that one.
Arguably too many.
But I'm looking back at my notes now. As they were running down those notes, the first one, I'm like, oh, well, those guys are going to get buried. The second one, well, that's going to be a DQ. I literally called the show in the announcements.
Now, I'll tell you who did not call the show. That's the crowd. Because Nash, you're going to have a mystery partner. It can be whoever you want. Goldberg.
Yeah, gang.
No. To be fair, that would be logical thing of like, hey, it doesn't matter who you pick.
I suppose.
But
I'm shocked we didn't get like Scott Hall chance.
You know?
I'm kind of shocked.
You know, it's funny you said that. My brain did not think of Scott Hall until you just said this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Well,
as soon as they said mystery partner, I'm like, oh, they're gonna milk that.
I know he's not coming back, so I just like
they
wasn't
don't
sure,
know
but
that
yeah.
though.
Kevin Nash then brings it home with like doing the cat's catchphrase or his cat's phrase, if you will.
Fuck you.
I
have spoken.
Back from commercial, Ric Flair is still being helped out to the back. And then we see Scott Steiner in the ring, and he's going to wrestle in his normal pants. But before we get to that match, thoughts on this mess of an opening segment?
It is that. It is a mess. All that I thought when they were running down the card of the matches that Steiner's going to do, have we fired so many people that the roster is so thin that Scott Steiner has to pull triple duty?
No, they're just choosing to do this because I'm like, we know the people who aren't on this show, and
that's true. But like, why? Because we need Scott Steiner to look strong. I think he looks strong.
Also, the 4 cruiserweights are usually facing each other. You could have just had them in a match.
Yeah, and it would have been great. No, this was just funny.
I appreciate them trying to do something with we're joining in progress. Like, oh, the energy's already at a 10. It wasn't.
I suppose.
They're trying something, but
yeah. But just the fact that all the thrillers arrived, or what do we want to call that posse?
The Elite.
Fuck you.
The eventual Magnificent Seven.
Ew.
That was your reaction last time.
Jared and Steiner and Buff and Lex, those 4. Them just like
totally
sauntering.
The whole group, totally
Them
buff.
just saunter into the ring so casually when their main man is getting murdered. And then the tearaway pants were hilarious. I mean, Kevin Nash just like doesn't know what the fuck he's doing either.
Fair, it's a heel faction to where it's like, do any of them actually like each other?
I don't know. I mean, I think about that with the Natural Born Thrillers too, but they're always together. And they're always like fighting for each other. So like there's got to be some camaraderie there, kind of. You can't have one without the other.
Tell me any one of Team Flair would not sell somebody else out for like a fucking nickel.
But they need each other to make that money. They're all money driven.
Yeah, but they're all stupid.
Yeah.
When Jeff Jarrett's the clever one, it's like, eh.
Listen here, slapnuts.
But that brings us into our first match of the night. It is Scott Steiner versus 4 cruiserweights. It is the Young Dragons and Noble and Courageous.
Knoble, please. These men are going to get absolutely buried. You just know it. You can smell it.
Steiner just beats the crap out of all 4 men to start. Like, nope, bang, you're dead.
Bang, I'm dead.
Yang hits a springboard leg drop while Steiner is doing push-ups, which is what I kind of liked. And then all 4 men stomp Steiner. We get a double suplex and then a double dive, but Steiner kicks out of a dog pile 4-man pin.
Yeah, that was the point in the match where I was like, oh, fuck me, I guess. When 4 men go for the tag and he still kicks out, I'm like, you didn't even try to sell that. You didn't even like hesitate.
Steiner regains the advantage, starts suplexing and press slamming everyone to the floor.
Yeah. He's just fucking yeeting him out of here.
Steiner then stops a 3 count of his own via like grabbing the ref's arm rather than the, oh no, go school, boy.
School, boy. Pep, 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 pep.
Hits more suplexes. Steiner then stacks 3 men and locks in a triple Steiner recliner, and all 3 men tap out.
Insane.
I would like to issue an apology. Last week, I said that Animal buried the Cruiserweight division.
That wasn't a burial.
I didn't realize how low we could go.
This is a burial.
Yeah.
Fuck your Cruiserweights.
That's not a knife.
This was embarrassing. But it was effective.
You know what? I stand by a bit of my Animal thing, because Animal buried Kidman and Ray.
Yeah.
And as much as I love all 4 Cruiserweights in this match, they're clearly a cut below as the company sees them, which is why they were in this match.
Yeah, that is true. But still, I mean, like, this was effective to get Steiner over, I guess.
That is the one thing. Steiner looked really fucking good in this match. Because of course he's gonna when he's beating 4 men who can bump around like bosses for him.
Yeah.
Like,
it was embarrassing and it was hard to watch, but like...
One of those suplexes to Lex Luger, he's taken a month off. Like,
right. That's true.
Yeah, like, credit to the 4 Cruiserweights for bumping around like crazy for him. But yeah, this just like, you don't care about the division that like was a highlight for you during like the main Monday Night Wars. Like, hey, we have this one thing they don't. Now you're like, well,
fuck them.
Yeah. Backstage, Ric Flair is pissed about the opening segment, and this is where he blames Mike Sanders for like fucking up their travel of like, I want everyone to arrive together. What the fuck?
Okay, fine. Some remedial storytelling. Fine.
Also, is Mike Sanders part of this group? Like, this is the first time he's been with like everyone.
Well, he's like under Ric Flair's wing, so he's Ric Flair's right-hand guy.
But like, he's been with Flair, same way like Chavo has, but like, he has not been in segments with like Steiner or Totally Buff until here.
This didn't feel out of the norm for me because Flair has been using Mike as like my protege.
He feels like Disco with the NWO.
A little bit. But no, the reason that I reject your theory and like this rewriting of history, they show up late every fucking week. This is not new.
Yeah, they showed up late last week.
Yeah, they do this every fucking week. So you had to like, to make this work, it had to have been a really big deal last week. Like, you needed a shot of Flair being like, you guys show up early, show up together. No excuses.
Yeah, our issue last week was actually we saw them arrive late. It would have been better to not see them.
Yeah. But, like, there needed to be a segment of, like, I'm sick of you guys showing up late. You need to be here early. And then this would have been better.
Too much logic.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're thinking about it too hard.
Sorry.
In the face locker room, the Cat, Miss Jones, DDP, and Kevin Nash are all hanging out. Brian Adams comes in, and the Cat books Adams versus Buff Bagwell.
Yay.
We then get Mean Gene with Rick Steiner. Steiner's getting a title shot tonight instead of Super Brawl because he thought the good guys needed a belt.
I'm sorry. You glanced over something in the locker room.
I did not give a fuck about that segment, so tell me what I missed.
So what you missed was the Cat telling DDP that DDP also has a match. But not just that. DDP clarifies and he's like, oh, you want me to take Steiner to Bangtown? You had to hear that. And it was so like casually said in the background too, where like Cat was just casually talking to DDP. He's like, oh, you want me to take him to Bangtown? Got it. Oh, it was so funny. It's like little innuendos like that. You have to hear what you're saying. Like, babe, come on. Oh, man. But anyway.
Yeah, Rick Steiner has the U.S. title shot tonight, which I was like, yeah, it's weird you did that. And then the match happens later. I go, got it. Back from commercial, Mean Gene is then with Brian Adams, and Gene asks about his partner, Brian Clark, who got fucked up with a chair on Thunder by an animal chair shot, which I didn't even put in the weather report because I didn't make much of it at the time, but like, yeah, he like started bleeding from the back of the head. And apparently, and
shit.
At least in kayfabe, he's concussed, but spoilers, he's here later, so I don't fucking know what's up with him.
They show the clip of it, and it doesn't look that intense.
Yeah, my thought was, did he get him with like the end of the chair? I'm like, is Animal just not good at wrestling anymore?
Well, maybe. But they mentioned that like Clark is banned from the arena for his own safety.
Yeah.
So he's here later. For sure.
Brian Adams notes, I only need these 2 hands to take out Buff, because as it's been established, any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance.
Who said that?
James Ellsworth. 10 years ago.
Deep cut.
Yeah. You ever think how long ago certain things were, and you're like, oh no, that was 10 years ago. We see backstage that Team Flair is chatting, and Buff Bagwell is totally fine with this match, but they book Chronic versus Totally Buff at Super Brawl. I guess kind of meant to be we don't know if Brian Clark's going to be healthy, so might be a handicap match. Fuck him.
Yeah.
But our next match is Shane Douglas versus Rick Steiner for the U.S. title. And Shane Douglas comes out in a cast. Commentary has no explanation for it. Like,
do you have an exclamation for it?
My notes next week is just like, he has a broken wrist and finger. But
so
like,
it's actually broken.
I don't know when it happened, but yeah.
Huh.
Well, he is actually hurt because this is the last Shane Douglas match of, I guess, of WCW, but I don't know what we're doing next. It might be of the podcast.
Darn. I feel like he's one of those guys that uses like a fake cast, or he has in the past. So I didn't think anything of this. I was like, oh, cool, we got the cast again. Great.
Knowing it was his last night, I got too much laughter out of. He goes to cut a promo. Rick Steiner has a mic and more or less just like, shut the fuck up, we're wrestling.
Yeah, I did appreciate that.
Seeing the cast like, oh yeah, that's why this got bumped up to not the pay-per-view. It's like, just get the title off him, he's hurt. But commentary does make me doubt that he's hurt because they're like, oh, well, like, you know, he's probably going to use that cast as a weapon. And
yeah,
I'm like,
that's what I thought.
Can we figure out if you have like a broken bone is actually a fucking disadvantage to you? Because according to commentary, you're stronger than ever. If you had 4 broken limbs, you're like, you can just be swanging.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but also, again, Shane Douglas has been known to weaponize a cast.
I'm thinking of Luger with like cast stuff.
Well, he had his arm in that sling for so long.
Well, he was just hurt.
I know,
That was
but I
him
feel like
actually-
I remember him like actually bopping somebody with it.
Maybe, but yeah, Shane Douglas has been hurt a lot of the last year. So.
Which is unfortunate because all that does is give him time to talk.
Well, he also talks pre-match, so.
But I feel like that started when he was injured. Like that gave him the life.
We'll talk about him after the match.
Are we doing his postmortem?
A little bit. And the first thing that happens in this match is Douglas gains the advantage with a cast shot and then beats down Steiner on the floor in an infuriating sequence here. Shane Douglas hits a chair shot, then he goes for a second one, and the ref's like, you can't do that. What are you doing? So is it a DQ or no? You can't do both, okay? I can't be mad at both sides of your argument.
Yes, you can.
And
Look
then
at you.
Rick Steiner grabs the chair, and the ref's like, nah, man, come on. You can't use that.
Look at you. You're being mad. You can be mad.
So Rick then grabs a hold in the ring. It's like, yeah, you can't do anything exciting with this chair. Go in the ring and just be boring.
I disagree about the boring. I thought this was a relatively well.
Well, I'm saying he grabs a rest hold. Like,
Oh, okay. Well,
Douglas pulls the ropes into Rick's balls, getting back in the ring, and then it's a running neck snap. During the brawl before that, though, they kept like smashing each other's face onto the U.S. title on the announce table.
oh, okay.
Steiner basically no-sells an eye rake that hits a Steiner line into belly-to-belly. Douglas counters a Steiner Bulldog with another cash shot, and then it's a franchiser, but Douglas takes too long to cover, and Rick kicks out. Steiner tries for a belly-to-belly, or maybe a bear hug, as commentary calls it. Douglas rakes the eyes, but again, it has no effect. I'll make a Pokemon joke here, but I think it's just Rick Steiner has the strongest eyes in the company.
Okay.
He got his eyes raked twice, and just, nah, I'm fine.
Damn.
But with Steiner no-selling, he then just hits a Steiner driver on a running Douglas for the win and the U.S. title.
Woo! Bark for me, big man.
Post-match, Rick hits his catchphrase.
It's a bad catchphrase. It's gotten worse. It needs to be one or the other. You don't like me, bite me. You want some, come get some. Pick one.
Or
Pick one.
or not rhyme. That's kind of the weird thing of it. It seems like you want them to yell both parts, but I thought this was a slow, plodding match with a predictable finish.
It was predictable, but I didn't think it was that bad. I thought this was pretty well worked, honestly.
I think just like Rick Steiner just not selling kind of annoyed me during this. Like, he gave Shane Douglas fucking nothing. And like, I know he's hurt, but goddamn, man, like, lay down for a minute. Take a rest. But yeah, this is Shane Douglas's last match in WCW.
Darn.
Yeah, man, when he came in, I was like, hey, might be a breath of fresh air. And he was with the Radicals as the Revolution for a bit, and he has one promo. It really is. He's one promo, and he cuts it before every match, so you can't hide the fact that you have one promo.
Yeah, you don't have to cut a promo before every match. No, Shane Douglas is the antithesis of what Crowbar was earlier. Like, if I never have to see Shane Douglas ever again, I'm fine.
Yeah, God, outside of him doing his own ECW reunion, I'm like, I'm sure he's in early days TNA, because fucking everybody is,
Right.
but I'm like, yeah, I can't think of anything notable he does once this company closes.
Yeah. Is he one of the guys that follows Russo around? Like, doing the Ring of Glory and stuff?
I don't think so. I don't think he's Jesus-y like that.
Well, I didn't know that Angry Allen was Jesus-y like that, but he needed a paycheck, so I don't know.
I think Shane Douglas, for better or worse, has too much pride to go do that bullshit.
Okay.
All right, Emily, he had a match at least as recently as October of 2025.
Damn. That is quite recent.
Now, that said, it's a lot of indies and...
Oh, sure. I would assume so. But still, just the fact that he's getting in a ring and, like, bumping, I assume.
Juggalo championship wrestling matches. Yeah, and he's in TNA as late as 2009, where at Slammiversary he wrestles Christopher Daniels.
Who?
Yeah, I feel like as annoyed as I get about Jeff Jarrett in this company, I feel like I still have a little more, I still have appreciation for Jarrett, and Shane Douglas is what everyone thinks Jeff Jarrett is in WCW.
Oh.
In my opinion, of just a guy who just fucking talks and just is repetitive, doesn't have anything, doesn't really put on good matches.
I think that Jeff Jarrett's a better talker than Shane Douglas.
No, I agree. Oh. I think when people complain about Jeff Jarrett, all the things they say about that Jeff Jarrett apply to Shane Douglas.
Okay. Do you think it's a misremembering thing, maybe?
No, I think it's just Douglas happens to have the skill set of a worse Jeff Jarrett. And so all the things you hate are all the exact same things as Shane Douglas. You're like, yeah. Except you don't remember Shane Douglas even being part of it.
Which is just more of a burial for Shane. We hardly knew ye.
Yeah, I'm almost sad that I was like, he's coming in, it might be good. I'm like, no, it was always whatever.
I mean, isn't that just the tagline for this show, though? Like, oh, it might be good.
The winner of Viagra on a Pole has officially left WCW.
Oh, God, he was in Viagra on a Pole.
He faced Kidman, yeah.
Did you catch that match got a mention in the Hogan documentary?
Yes, I did. Oh, yeah, because he bitched about it as being things during his time, and I'm like, nope, that was after you left.
Right. But, like, if I remember correctly, that wasn't that bad of a match. It had a dumb stipulation, but it wasn't a bad match.
It's a decently worked match is the problem.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Tangent.
Let's move on. Backstage, Ric Flair mumbles to Chavo Guerrero. Did you get any of this?
He found a real bad apple in Mexico for Chavo to wrestle tonight while drinking mezcal with Chavo's dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Ric Flair then sees something on his monitor, which I appreciate it was actually showing the arena and not the live feed.
Yeah, I don't even know what he saw, really.
Well, he saw Dustin Rhodes making his entrance.
Oh, is that what he saw? Okay.
Dustin grabs the mic, cuts a promo. He's like, I'm not finished with Ric Flair. And he has a good amount of lines here that are meant to, like, entice the crowd. And the crowd does not fucking care a single iota.
No. Like, we were recapping this show before we, like, sat down to record. And you were like, oh, man, Dustin Rhodes, that was terrible. And I'm like, fuck, I completely forgot that he was here.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, Ric Flair, you will never forget the name of Dustin Rhodes. And then we just hear Ric Flair shouting because they cut in his audio before they show him on the screen.
Yeah, he's just yelling through the screen. He doesn't even come out.
And he just yells that Dustin is fired. He didn't sign a contract, so...
You'll never work here. You're fired. Like, which one is it?
And a spot I kind of liked, he's like, no, don't leave him on screen. Cut to commercial. And they go to, like, a hard commercial, like, awkward kind of cut. I'm like,
yeah, it was pretty abrupt. Like, but that didn't stand out to me as weird because, like, we've had weird cut to commercials before.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just meant to be like, oh, it's a shoot. Like, don't let him on there. Yeah. And then, I guess, less effectively, when they come back, they're showing, like, security escorted Dustin out. And it seems like production glitches, but then I credit to either them doing it right or them covering. But Tony Schiavone's like, we were told by Ric Flair, like, don't show any more of that. So
yeah, we couldn't give him any more time on screen. I genuinely thought this was a glitch.
I could see it going either way. I don't know. Like, the way it was edited or, like, presented, I'm like, oh, that's a weird way to do that. But maybe they found a way and it looks authentic. But either way, well done.
It was cool. I liked it.
Either well done or a really good cover. So
well done either way.
But our next match, it's DDP versus Scott Steiner with Midassia. And DDP has his new theme again. Yes,
he did. I did notice it this time. Mostly because I forgot who was in this match, and then he came out. I was like, oh, right, he has new music.
Scott Steiner's actually in his gear for this match. He's in his red gear, notably.
Yeah, I guess he went back and got changed.
Well, yeah, he had time this time, as opposed to, like, opening segment and then immediate match.
My question is, did he know that he was wrestling tonight? Did he have trunks with him?
I mean, it's wrestling. You bring your gear.
I know, but, like, if you don't think, like, if you're Scott Steiner and you don't think that you're wrestling and you just show up with you know, your buddies and you just think you're going to be backstage drinking and then you come out and talk, like, there's a world where you don't pack trunks.
Okay, what's the world where you pack two trunks? In our main event, he's in different colors.
Is he?
Yeah.
Only you would notice the fashion on these things.
Well, I spotted the backstage segment later and then I was like, what color is he coming out? And I'm like, oh, shit. That was live. All right. DDP hits an early spinning clothesline and then a spinning Uranagi after a weird kind of botch. The two go to the floor in a clothesline and Steiner throws DDP around on the floor. Madeja crotches DDP on the top rope, which allows Steiner to hang DDP up in a tree of woe and then choke him from the outside. DDP rolls up Steiner after a taunting pin, but only gets a 2. Steiner hits a backbreaker, then a flexing elbow, and is somehow bleeding from the mouth here. I did not see what it was.
I don't know either. I'm thinking that he might have like bit his tongue or something. I don't think it was a hit.
Steiner beats down DDP in the corner, then hits a spinning belly to belly, which I always forget it's technically called a rolling thunder for them.
Okay, yeah, because I heard them say that.
Which is like, no, that's the RVD move. Come on. DDP kicks out, so Steiner then just attacks the referee. DDP hits a diamond cutter on Steiner, then goes outside, revives the ref, and the ref is like, yeah, Steiner's DQ'd, DDP, you win by DQ.
Yeah.
And commentary's like, well, mission accomplished. He hit the diamond cutter. I'm like,
what mission was that? I guess like the mission that they were trying to say was like the diamond cutter is going to put Steiner out.
Wearing him down for Kevin Nash later. Main character Kevin Nash.
That's the mission, I suppose.
Now, in 2K, there is a finisher match where it's first person to hit that. Where, like, there was the powerbomb match for a couple times in WCW. I'm like, was this that? And he's like, I hit it. Oh, cool, you win.
I win. No, you did kind of glance over how much commentary was begging for this diamond cutter. The whole match commentary was just like, please just hit the cutter. Like, begging. It was embarrassing.
In hindsight, it did feel kind of weird that this wasn't also for the title. I don't know. Like, if the Cat's making the match trying to screw Steiner, it just kind of seemed weird that, like...
But they wanted the title match to be for Nash, so what happens if DDP wins here and he gets the title? Is it going to be DDP versus Nash?
Yeah, friendly contest.
That's setting yourself up for a
I mean, the two faced off in a 5-man, last man standing match the other week, so...
Jesus.
But I actually do want to go back to the actual match here, because DDP wins by DQ, and he fucking... does a Luger 93 celebration here where he's going through the crowd like, hey, I fucking did it. It's like, dude, like, you went by like technicality.
But again, it was, he achieved the mission.
I guess.
That's what he was celebrating.
Well, he needed to get into the crowd because of our next spot of Jeff Jarrett and a mystery man attack DDP in the crowd. And wait a minute, that's not a mystery man.
Who better than Kenyon?
Yeah, Kenyon's back and they cannot find a good fucking angle of this man.
There isn't a good angle.
He's also moving and stomping him, so it's like, yeah, I don't know why you couldn't do this in the ring. I really don't get it.
Great question. Listen, it makes me sad that my Jersey boys are fighting, but I'm very happy to see Kenyon.
Yeah, because they actually note oh yeah, he had the Positively Kenyon gimmick, which I remember noting at the time, that never really got a pay-per-view match. They might get one here, but it's not based on that story. Kenyon's just been gone. He might have actually technically been released and they brought him back, but
I was gonna say, was he out for an injury or something
last
else?
we saw him was Judy Bagwell on a forklift, I want to say.
No way.
That's his last match.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know where he went, admittedly.
That's weird to me. That feels way too long ago.
I mean, it's August, so
it was so long
half
ago.
A year, thereabouts. Maybe more.
What a time to come back.
Yeah, I mean, the hiring freeze is over, so they guess they're able to get whoever, kind of their contract expired or whatever, but yeah, I'm excited at the concept of Kenyon being back, but there's not enough time for you to do anything with him.
They don't know that. We have to look at it more of what do they think they're gonna do?
Honestly, I don't know with Crowbar earlier of the bad timing. I'm just happy that means that Kenyon's gonna be around for the invasion.
Oh God. But overall, though, this match to me wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I just did not like the story of the finish.
I knew that this was going to be a DQ going in because, they didn't want either of these men to look weak.
Yeah, we did gloss over the fact that the Cat is all right, no one can interfere in any of these matches.
Oh, right. Yes, he did say that.
It was ever so brief,
yeah.
where it's admittedly, you know what would have made fucking sense? You know who's not part of the group? Kenyon. Have Kenyon cost DDP the match.
That would have made sense, yeah.
But
they just don't want DDP to look small compared to Steiner, or they don't want him to look weak. They want to make sure that both of these men are over.
Fucking have Kenyon hit him at ringside and DDP lose by count out or whatever.
That could work if it's a count out, where DDP chases Kenyon out or something and is well,
yeah,
that would work.
Or he's about to throw him in, Kenyon suddenly is there, hits a diamond cutter with the ref's distracted or whatever. It's WWE. He doesn't even need to be distracted. But like, yeah, this just felt like the worst of all the worlds.
But again, though, like, not the worst worked match.
Moving on, Team Cat tries to help DDP out backstage, and Jeff Jarrett and Canyon leave together in a limo.
They're like running away in their little getaway car.
Moving on to our next match, it is the Chavo Guerrero versus, what was it, a bad man from Mexico?
Bad Apple.
El Nino.
El Nino came out, and I was like, oh my god, who could care?
Match starts, Chavo hits a shoulder block, and I admittedly kind of predicted this twist fairly early on.
Let's not tell it yet.
Yes, but I'll say why. El Nino is a very small person.
Yes. But he was doing a thing during this match.
The airplane arms.
Yeah, the airplane arms. This is what I texted you and I wanted to call you and laugh. It was the airplane arms.
Okay.
I hadn't finished the match yet. But every time the El Nino ran around the ring, he would go like, meow. Like, it was very cute and very dumb. So I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, that said, at one point they show a close-up and I'm like, those lips look kind of familiar.
Weird that you know someone by their lips.
And he gets hit in the stomach and I'm like, God, that like exact cell looks kind of familiar. Chavo hits a back suplex, then catches El Nino out of the air on a springboard crossbody and manages to hit a backbreaker. El Nino kicks Chavo to the floor, then it's a vaulting crossbody to the floor. Chavo throws El Nino into the crowd like onto an old man. He then suplexes him back to ringside. El Nino crotches Chavo and then hits a top rope Frankensteiner and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Chavo locks in a very lazy rest hold, like out of character for you. Like, what the fuck was this? He's doing his best to keep El Nino on the mat, but El Nino hits a spinning head scissors, then does a fake 619 spot and a wheelbarrow bulldog. El Nino then hits an awkward springboard leg drop senton. It's like, I think it's more Chavo didn't know how to turn or lay or what, because Chavo's like spinning in the middle of this move, but El Nino gets the win and then unmasks to reveal it's Rey Mysterio.
Booyaka!
He sends Chavo into the corner and then hits a Bronco Buster, and that's the segment. I don't get why Rey had to.
Did this.
I guess, was he trying to fool Ric Flair? But
why? What are we fooling him from?
How did Rick find this guy?
Chavo's dad.
What is the law? Yeah.
Did Rick and Chavo Sr. get so drunk in Mexico that Rey walked in and they're like, hey, you look like you'd be a great wrestler.
I'm retired.
I can't wrestle him. You look like a great wrestler. You want to wrestle?
Sal Bandini, want to wrestle? Yeah, the match was okay, fine. Maybe a touch of good, but I'm just like,
it was weird.
What the fuck was the point of the twist?
I think these are just men playing pretend. I don't think that they have a plan. This felt more in place on the Thunder. This could have been Thunder.
Well, it was also like Rey won, and it's like, oh, well, now he has momentum for the title shot he already has. Like, it'd be different if like he earned the title shot here and he was like being like ducked, but it's like you already have the title shot. So, and honestly, Rey got worked over for a good bit of this.
Yeah,
honestly.
He didn't look great.
I'm still looking forward to the pay-per-view match, but
it's just weird.
Yeah.
Did you think that he was looking a little big too? Rey was looking a little swollen.
It was just weird, bad gear. I don't know.
Like his torso didn't have any gear on it.
I mean, he was wearing a long sleeve t-shirt. I don't know, but
I'm talking about the end when he takes that all off.
Oh.
He's just looking a little big.
Don't worry. We'll get someone looking a little big in our next match. It is Team Canada of Lance Storm and Mike Awesome, no more major guns, versus Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare. Lance Storm talks about the Ric Flair stipulation for tonight and says he'll beat the Cat at Super Brawl. In a world where Ric Flair loses and he beats the Cat, I guess, is he just in charge of everything? Shouldn't he want Ric Flair gone? Yeah. Because he's facing the Cat.
Is he part of this?
He's facing the Cat at Super Brawl for the commissionership.
Oh, I guess that's true. You know, if Lance Storm became the commissioner, maybe this show would still exist.
Lance Storm then calls for the anthem, but instead of even getting the music, the Cat is up on the screen and just like, nope, you're going to face these guys, because I guess they didn't have a match before this?
I thought they built one, but I might be misremembering.
They come out in gear for a match, and the Cat's like, here's your match. Like, oh, okay.
I thought this was mentioned in like a random backstage segment.
But in the way that like Mike Sanders would use Goldberg as like it's like a heel instrument. Mm-hmm. The cat brings out Sean O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo like they're faces.
Hey, he's no Columbo.
It's not a face either. But I'm like, yeah, aren't you meant to be faces now? Because I know your teammates are turning on you, and now we have you facing this definitely heel team.
I guess that's true, but they definitely did. They weren't acting like faces.
No, they wrestle this entire match as the heels. If anything, Team Canada wrestle as the faces for this match.
Yeah, that's what, like, it's confusing.
Mike Awesome and Sean O'Hare slap meet early on, and my note was, not a vein to be hidden in this matchup.
Oh.
They are busting out of their skin here.
I don't
Maybe
disagree
it's the
that
oil.
it is problem. I feel like it's the oil.
Maybe.
Because I thought that at least Mike Awesome looked fucking good. He looked
Sean O'Hare
jacked
looked
and ripped.
shredded.
Yeah, it looked like they'd been hitting the gym, not hitting the roids.
I don't know, bro.
I don't really know how steroids work, but they looked good.
Were they eating their vitamins?
They were saying their prayers.
Per Josh Johnson's recent set. Mike Awesome hits a German suplex, then clotheslines O'Hare to the floor, and then hits a diving splash onto him. Chuck Palumbo then just comes in the ring, hits a triangle dropkick to Awesome on the apron, so Storm then comes in and hits a springboard dropkick to Palumbo. And then Palumbo and Storm are just in the ring. We've swapped legal men.
You know what's sad? I just don't care. This match did not hold my attention. I wish I cared. Like, I've enjoyed watching Team Canada. I don't care about Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare, but like they're able to like hold my attention usually. But this one, I was just like, I can't do it.
I think it's the fact that it's heel versus heel.
You always cite that when I say that I don't care, and I don't know that that's always true.
Because part of it is you're building the heat to set up the hot tag, and if you don't care for the hot tag, then you're not building for anything.
I suppose, but I don't know that that is a heel thing. I think that's just a working thing.
I
think
thought,
it's a chemistry thing.
I thought they built to it fine. I think really the problem is, and some of it is Storm and Awesome, they don't treat it like a hot tag. But
no, they don't.
I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Storm hits a drop kick, and then O'Hare makes a blind tag and hits a big clothesline. O'Hare beats down Storm, and the Thrillers then double team Storm. Storm pokes the eyes of Palumbo, but runs into a power slam. Palumbo and O'Hare double team Storm behind the ref's back, and then do the weird, we're going to slap our hands to indicate there's a tag, but we're also going to be in the corner 3 feet from each other. So what was the point?
So what was the point? So did you tag?
I noted again here, I'm like, yeah, the Thrillers are wrestling as heels in this match, and when you have the other team cut a heel promo to start, it's like, all right, well, that's a problem. Storm hits a leg lariat, makes what is structured to be the hot tag to Awesome, but is just a very regular tag. Awesome hits a diving clothesline, then gets dropped in the ropes for a double team hip drop. Awesome hits a diving back elbow, then a frog splash. Palumbo breaks the pin, so Storm knocks him to the floor. O'Hare counters an Awesome bomb, then it's a back suplex. Palumbo then comes in and hits a back suplex as well. Lance Storm comes in. I literally typed hits a back suplex, but nope, super kick.
The other one. Storm
then turns into a spin kick from O'Hare. Everyone's then brawling in the ring, and Lance Storm is kicked in the face. That is a critical point to this match that is really subtle and not well done, because this is meant to blind Lance Storm, because Mike Awesome is pushed into him.
Is that what blinds
Yes.
him?
It is a random kick.
What?
Lance Storm is blinded, and Mike Awesome is pushed into him, so Lance Storm counters this into a Canadian Maple Leaf. He doesn't realize it's his partner until he's in the hold. Elix Skipper runs down, and he can see Elix Skipper telling him, no, that's Mike Awesome.
So he's not blind.
So you couldn't see it was Mike Awesome, but you can see it's Elix Skipper. So Storm is sent to the floor. The Thrillers hit a jungle kick into a Shanton bomb on Awesome and then get the win. The structure of this match pissed me off. I honestly, work rate wise, it's well worked. I have no issue with that.
I disagree. Everything was like a notch flat.
Yeah, the crowd doesn't.
Yeah,
care.
I mean, I care about I definitely build off of the crowd's reaction, and the crowd not caring kind of made me not care.
I mean, besides Chronic, who is the fucking mid-card tag team right now?
Yeah.
Like, there's fucking nobody, man. And you're not going to turn Team Canada face. Frankly, especially with the fucking pay-per-view match coming up, why are O'Hare and Palumbo working heel here? Other than the fact of, is it just the fact that you guys are still new and don't know how to work from underneath?
They're not still considered new, are they?
They've been on the main roster for less than a year.
I wouldn't consider them new anymore, though.
I mean, I don't know when they started training in the power plant. It probably wasn't a terribly long bit ago.
I don't think they're getting, like, newbie treatment is what I'm saying.
I don't mean that in terms of the booking. I'm saying in terms of, like, going outside of your comfort zone in wrestling.
Okay. I can agree with that. They've been doing the same shit in a different font since they started.
Just looking at O'Hare, apparently he debuted on Nitro in June.
Jeez.
Yeah, so they haven't even been around a year.
But, I mean, we were just talking about how August was so long ago. We can't say June wasn't that long ago then.
I mean, in terms of, like, you starting your wrestling career, that's not crazy.
I suppose.
Because
I guess.
it's not like they were anywhere else before then. That said, Sean O'Hare is older than Crowbar when we talk about how old he is.
Is he really?
Sean O'Hare was born in 71. So, actually, his birthday is February 25th. He's about to turn 30 here.
Jeez. I mean, he looks pretty young, but I'm not sure that that's a compliment.
Yeah, without doing a ton of research into it, I don't know when they started training. But it makes me worried for their fucking pay-per-view match. Them versus Jindrak and Stasiak. That's going to be a fucking stinker.
And it's also going to be impossible for me to remember names.
Like, add the Mamalukes. What the fuck are they doing?
Ugh. Are the Mamalukes still on contract?
Yeah. They were here, like, last week.
Were they? No, they weren't.
The week before, at least. Well, going back to Jindrak and Stasiak, they apparently were watching all of the match, and they're like, see, these guys are lucky. Their luck's going to run out at the Super Bowl.
Okay. Talk about luck. All right.
We've got 2 matches left. First of which is Buff Bagwell versus Bryan Adams. Yeah.
This has got to be worse. I don't know. This is...
Do you remember Scott Steiner killing the Cruiserweight division?
Yeah,
I do. I know.
This one's hard.
Remember how I noted earlier, this is a low-key whole show worst bit?
I still disagree with that. That doesn't mean there aren't some fucking clunkers on here.
Adams charged the ring, hits a kick and a press slam gutbuster, which sends Buff to the floor, who begs off. Buff WCW's Adams, getting back in the ring, and then rakes the eyes. He follows up with a drop kick and a swing neck breaker, then into scoop slam and mildly struts before a chin lock. It was like a denying the crowd the flexing. I'm like, who cares?
I'm not here for your flexing.
But yeah, locks in a rest hold pretty early. Buff chokes Adams on the ropes before Adams just stops on an Irish whip and punches Buff. Buff then rakes the eyes, locks in another chin lock.
We're loving raking eyes tonight.
Adams powers up. Both men are down on a double clothesline, selling the exhaustion of this match.
Yeah, they're not selling the exhaustion of each other. They're selling the exhaustion of the audience.
I'm exhausted, both these men.
Well, I'm just tired. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Bryan Adams hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, and then Lex Luger comes out to ringside, but he's cut off by Brian Clark. Like,
what? Who could have seen this coming?
Legitimately, I actually didn't think he was. I thought he actually did get fucked up because they're like, yeah, he required stitches, and maybe it's my modern brain of like, he's concussed, he won't be on the show.
You should be right.
As Clark is beating down Lex at ringside, Buff hits a double arm DDT in the ring on Adams. Then we get Animal coming down in an Abercrombie and Fitch shirt to attack
Really?
Clark.
This is an Abercrombie
Full
shirt?
across the back.
Wow, I missed that.
In the ring, we get a full Nelson slam to Buff Bagwell, and the bell rings. Ah, yes. The old 5-minute, 44-second time limit draw.
They did say at the top that this was a 10-minute time limit match.
I missed that.
They did say
it
that.
went 5:44.
I knew that wasn't 10 minutes.
I missed them saying it. However, Jesus Christ, guys.
I recognize that time in wrestling is different and is not real. But, like...
half, almost.
I knew that wasn't 10 minutes. Like, I was just as confused as everybody
I would have
else.
hated this more if it was 10 minutes.
If it went for the full 10 minutes, yeah.
So this is a 5-minute, 44-second match. I think at least 2 or 3 of it is just chin locks.
Yeah, that tracks for these
You had to work to a time limit draw, and you had to draw it out for a 6-minute match.
That tracks for these two. I mean, what do Chronic do in the ring? Like, what is their big move?
Well, they're the high times, but...
They have one move!
What do they do in the ring, Emily? They're snapping necks and cashing checks.
You can't cash a check in the ring.
Mobile pay, bitch.
It's 2001!
Post-match, Lex beats down Adams in the ring, then locks in a torture rack, and Buff, who feels the need to be part of it, is just throwing worked punches at Bryan Adams' head in the torture rack.
Just the weird part of it.
Yeah, it very much highlighting the fact that you guys don't have a tag finisher.
Yeah.
Because you guys had one for Goldberg, and then you tried to do it the next week to Nash, and went, he's a little too big for that. We're not doing that. I'm just going to hold his head, and it's the same thing, apparently. Because Brian Clark was taken out by Animal, commentators like, he might even be more hurt. And my note for this was a boring-ass match with a stupid fucking finish.
The, punching him in the head was just... It was silly.
Oh, yeah, I kind of laughed at me.
So silly.
The sudden time limit draw, nowhere near the time limit they advertised.
Yeah.
If it had been in the 9-minute thing of okay.
Even 7 minutes.
No.
I can give them a 30%, we skew time in wrestling by 25 to 30%. Fine.
Hey, you know the way to do this? Throw a commercial break in there where no one actually remembers how long the start of it was.
That would do it.
But just what a fucking cop-out.
It's so bad.
It made the cop-out of DDP and Steiner look decent.
Yeah, it did.
That at least had a finish.
That had fire. That had intrigue.
Well, somebody won. Not,
yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time deciding between that and the burial of which one is my worst bit.
Yeah, moving on. Backstage, Team Flair hypes up Scott Steiner for the main event. Mean Gene is then with Bryan Adams again. Adams says every time they get beat down, Chronic just gets stronger, and he challenges Lex to a match on Thunder. Mean Gene's like, I have one more question for you. I have to go check my partner. He's really hurt right now.
You couldn't say for one more question?
Sure. Which brings us to our main event.
Oh, God.
This is nowhere near worth Michael Buffer time.
No, we haven't had Michael Buffer time on a Nitro in a hot minute.
Steiner comes out, does his entrance. I was ready for him to get a promo to even draw this down on time, but no, he doesn't. Instead, Kevin Nash comes out with the mic and brings out his mystery partner.
Who could it be?
It's new U.S. champion Rick Steiner. Oh, okay.
I had a feeling. I kind of called it. As they were coming down, I was going through my head who could it be? I bet they're going to...
That's the problem.
I bet they're going to call family, and then there's going to be a swerve, and it's going to be all about familia.
But
and they actually quote that.
Yeah, but Rick is already on his side. It's not a big reveal.
I think it was a reveal that Rick was going against Scott.
No, he already did. They've done this... Kevin Nash did a promo where he revealed Rick Steiner was on his side against Scott.
But they always do this, though. They always turn brothers against each other so that they can turn back together. It's a tale as old as time.
Unfortunately, we need a cop-out finish, but this would have been a great spot for Booker to come back if he was healthy.
So is he hurt?
I think he actually is a bit hurt, but
okay.
He's not hurt in the way that Scott Steiner keeps going on about.
Okay. Because he's another one. I keep waiting for him to come back.
Yeah,
we talked about this last episode.
Yeah, he has a shoulder thing or something as opposed to Sid.
Okay. Why? What happened to Sid?
So the match starts. Scott beats down Rick in the corner, but Rick counters a belly to belly and then hits one of his own. Rick beats Scott down on the outside, but he's sent into the crowd. Scott Steiner then goes for a chair, but Kevin Nash stops him and then throws Steiner back in the ring. Scott Steiner begs off to Nash, but Nash brings him into the corner.
We're doing a lot of begging off tonight.
Nash is not the legal man, but the ref doesn't seem to care here.
Oh, tags are out the window. Have we ever seen Scott Steiner do the, on your knees beg off thing before?
Yes, because we noted, oh yeah, you are Team Flair, aren't you?
Oh. It felt very out of place for him.
Medeja then distracts the ref for Steiner to hit a low blow on Nash. I need to stop saying Steiner. It's Scott.
Yeah. I was getting that with my notes, too.
Scott hits the elbow drop push-ups and then spits at Rick on the apron. Scott locks in a bow and arrow on Nash, but Nash powers up, but he's put back down with a lifting backbreaker, which I'm just going to call out Scott Steiner a bit here. He does not grip well on that backbreaker. He always looks like he's about to drop the guy. And I'm like, you are incredibly strong. Why are you holding them like they're going to slip out of your grasp at any second?
Well, he might be buys and tries, but no grip strength.
Every now and again, you and I will be fucking around. If I held you like Steiner holds Nash here, you'd be like, no, put me down.
Yeah. I don't like when you lift me anyway because I get nervous.
But if I hold you like it's supposed to, you'd be like, all right, well, fine.
But then it upsets the dog and
4 legs on the ground all times.
Yeah, that is the rule in our house. Absolutely no dancing, no wrestling, no singing. It's the town from Footloose in here. Nash
hits a sidewalk slam. Both men are down. Rick Steiner kind of starts to get in here and then stops. Nash hits a big boot, and Rick Steiner tells Nash to powerbomb Scott. Rick then gets in the ring as Kevin Nash is getting him out, and Kevin Nash hits the jackknife powerbomb, goes for the pin, but swerve! Rick Steiner hits an elbow drop to Nash, and Jesus Christ, this fucking knocks him out because Nothing else happens, and Scott Steiner pins Nash off this elbow drop.
That's it. That's all it takes is one elbow drop.
And he's out cold even
Yeah,
after
he
the
is.
match. The Steiners then celebrate, stomp Nash, and then keep celebrating up the ramp. And I'm like, okay, and that's the end of the show.
Yeah, they actually finished on time. Like,
No,
we actually have time.
no. You don't end it for him. I am. Kevin Nash grabs a mic, and I didn't hear a fucking word of what he said.
We have 15 seconds left in the file, and he grabs a microphone.
Plenty of time for DDP to come out afterwards. Like, we noted last week that it felt like the dark segment started early. Yeah. Even more so fucking here.
They're skewing their times. You know when this would have been the dark segment. You're right. They started the show early. They're just skewed up like 30 seconds.
No, they started it late.
Well, no, in the ring, they started their programming early. So they're just like shifted. So the start of the dark match is now on the broadcast because they missed the beginning. It's all fucked.
Oh, I forgot to note, on Thunder, when they recapped the Nitro, they left a few more seconds into the interaction when Steiner comes out to confront Nash. And they do like the Rocky 3 pause while they're both throwing a fist.
Oh, God.
But DDP comes out for a fucking second and we're out of time.
7 seconds. We have 7 seconds left. I checked because I'm like, there's no fucking way.
But how fucking hard is it to budget time for a show? Like
It's not. It's just not. We've been doing it since the Dark Ages. We can budget a fucking show. You think there wasn't a run of show in the fucking Coliseum? There were logistics people. There were event coordinators. And we had a run of fucking show. They could have done better.
Fucking Tiger went into business for himself. Should never have broken this business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Thoughts on the match?
I don't know. Because, like, I was getting frustrated during the match that Scott Steiner was not more gassed. Because he should have been exhausted.
He wrestled like 8 minutes.
I know, but kayfabe, he wrestled 2 matches. He should be tired. He should be coming out, like, sweating. And he got a diamond cutter. Wasn't the diamond cutter supposed to be detrimental?
That was the goal. That's the goal now.
What are we doing? What's going on? But he should have been
that
more
is WCW.
like yes. He should have been more tired though. He should have been a little bit exhausted or like, holding his head. Like he should have sold that he's done 2 matches already tonight.
Yeah, he really should have sold that cruiserweight match.
He should have sold the physicality. So I was getting annoyed with that throughout the whole match. I'm like, you look way too energized. This is annoying. But the match itself was a very standard Nash Steiner match.
Yeah, it's just them playing the hits, which
is the hits live in the corner.
It's way more obvious when it's your 3rd Scott Steiner match of the night. Like
that is true.
You didn't do anything different than the DDP match.
Yeah, that is true.
Which seeing him 3 times just took away from it because I think he actually is working hurt here too as part of the thing as well where
Scott?
Yeah, everyone's fucking hurt. Everyone's hurt in WCW.
But they still made him pull triple duty?
Yeah, welcome to wrestling.
Jesus, and we wonder why there's a truck.
Well, I know he's hurt going to last Nitro, and according to him, he'd been hurt for a bit, so who knows. But on this show, I don't want to say lacking, but we have been hyping up Kevin Nash the last few shows, like what an effort he's putting in. I didn't really feel it from him tonight.
No, I agree. Yeah. I think that he was phoning it in tonight.
I mean, I don't blame him. You get
I don't blame him
5-minute match, and you know the ending's going to be bullshit, so.
Yeah, I can't blame him at all.
That said, we got him getting his titties out twice.
Titties! That's true. Whipped him out twice.
Thoughts on this show as a whole, Emily?
Skippable.
Just a confused show.
If you're looking for background wrestling, if you're looking for background noise to just have on, this is fine.
On paper, 7 matches on a Nitro, I'm like, all right, cool. But in reality, and maybe I'm stretching, 4 of these matches are just about one story.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, that's over half your show for this one feud. And you don't even do anything terribly unique with it. Like, as much as we did in our opening segment, it didn't amount to fucking anything on this show. No. Like, there's the swerve, but like, you got to build up more than that.
It's feeling like a filler show that is also kind of a house show. If there weren't title changes on this, then I could see this just being.
And even then, that was just procedural because are we going to strip him or to have him lose? But I think part of the other problem is Rick Steiner turning heel to join his brother is not a main event angle. It's
No, 'cause
just
it's so
not.
predictable.
That's a fucking opening show, maybe. Opening the show might be too high profile for that. That's middle of the show.
It's predictable. Like everything on this show, I was able to call before it happened. I was able to call it.
Except El Nino.
Yeah, that's the one thing that got me. But you call this stuff all the time. Like you can see the patterns. I am not as skilled as you are with that. But the fact that I was able to call how matches were going to end, how matches were going to swerve, like that is telling.
Yeah, we're in the thing of just like, it feels like swerves for the sake of swerves. Mm-hmm. Of just, we don't have anything else, so
Swerves on
bet
swerves
you didn't
on
see that
swerves.
coming.
But you did. And that's the thing, you did see it coming.
Yeah, well, when you do it that much, it's easy to see.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, you don't got my nose. I know that's your thumb. Yeah, it's just growing up WCW.
Yep. Well, that was a hell of a show.
Yeah, Jesus.
What was it you texted me? Like of all the episodes of WCW Nitro, this sure was one.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, God, man. Again, it gets better. Is the better in the room with us?
What are you citing? I need to talk to whoever says that and be like, what are you misremembering? Let's be real. What do you think you remember? Because no, you didn't.
Don't worry. For Thunder, we have the big hook of, you want to see Bryan Adams versus Lex Luger?
Oh, give me it.
Ugh.
Can't wait for you to watch that.
And watch that on the plane.
Oh, God.
Well,
Are you actually gonna?
I need to go to sleep somehow.
Oh.
But let's finish this up so we can pack for the trip that has already happened when this comes out. Emily, let's go into best bit, worst bit, and MVP. Oh my God, this was a struggle. Emily, what do you have for your best bit?
Literally the only thing in this that brought me joy was the return of Canyon. So it has to be Canyon, I guess. Who better?
I'm not even giving it to the Canyon return. I'm giving it to the concept of the Canyon return.
Yikes.
Because they didn't do it well. So I'm just like, you know what? The fact that he's back, it's
Exactly.
someone else who can work.
There's a potential good thing that's going to come out of that.
Emily, what is your worst bit of the show?
I think it has to be the opening match. I think it has to be the burial of the cruiserweights.
Yeah, 'cause we thought we hit rock bottom, and they're like, oh, bitch, you thought?
Surprise, there's another layer.
And Emily, I think the hardest of all in this show, who is your MVP?
So I'm having an ethical dilemma here.
Just do it.
For those who have not been following, I have still to this day never given Scott Steiner MVP. Nick has given Scott Steiner MVP, 15 times?
I'm pulling it up.
And now it's becoming like a point of pride where...
10.
10, okay. But it's becoming a point of pride for me where like when I finally give him MVP, I feel like he really has to earn it. He did 3 matches tonight. He was absolutely the hardest worker on this show and deserves it, I think. But I'm not happy about it.
I feel like that's the way the streak should end. Much like Undertaker's, it's like, I'm not happy
suffer,
about this.
But you're gonna be happy about it. Fuck it. All right. Scott Steiner MVP. It's done.
The funniest thing is, I'm not even giving it to him on
Really?
this show. No.
What?
I got fucking bored of Steiner here. Honestly, he needed to cut a Best of Sex promo. I might have.
God.
That said, I got fucking nobody. So you know what? Mike Awesome, you did some cool shit in
What?
your match.
Mike Awesome? We barely even talked about him.
Yeah, welcome to this fucking show.
Wow. I think Scott Steiner deserves it more than Mike fucking Awesome.
You know what, Emily? Actually, you have convinced me. It's not Mike Awesome. Chavo Guerrero's getting it tonight. Because Chavo dominated that fucking match. And I'm like, all right.
Fine.
Give it to Chavo Guerrero coming off the top rope. This is where we're at.
And it only gets better, right? That's what people keep telling me.
How can it get worse?
Oh, look, there's more rocks.
Holy shit, how did we not know during the worst bit that Dustin Rhodes promo? We already
Oh my god! See, I keep forgetting about
it
it.
again. Oh my god.
It will not stay in my memory.
See, you say, like, this show is not meant to be studied.
It's not.
And I'm like, is this show even meant to be recorded?
Is it meant to exist?
Honestly, right now, again, they are just like, we got to get to the pay-per-view and then we're going on break. They just...
Are we all born just to suffer?
Pretty much. I am just waiting in my soul the defeated Eric Bischoff promo that's to come on one of the last Nitros of, sorry guys, I couldn't do it. I couldn't save the company. Over the phone. He's not even there.
I can't.
But if you want to listen to us either more sane or less sane, there's a lot of that to parse through on our back catalog, everywhere podcasts are found. You can also follow us on social media at Butts in the Pod. That said, I just deleted Twitter. Emily's deleted Twitter, but we have
You deleted Twitter!
But we have it to be able to post, and we can check up on there. We will only get notifications if you, reply to things. We're not looking elsewhere.
No.
But somewhere we are active is our Patreon.
That's true.
Patreon.com/buttsandtheseats. $5 a month gets you over 50 bonus episodes. We just did a fucking doozy of WrestleMania 35.
Talk about a marathon.
A 3-hour recording. We got it down, but Jesus Christ.
One of our longest sitting recordings to date.
And we watched the show in 4 parts.
But we do have a lot of fun over in the Patreon. It's a lot more lighthearted, and it's just more...
Because we actually have good wrestling occasionally.
Yeah! It's fewer and further between over here, but over there, sunshine and daisies.
Yeah, coming up next over there is Bash the Beach 1997.
Yeah.
With the main event of Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman versus Lex Luger and the Giant.
Oh, see, you said good wrestling.
It has been noted that Dennis Rodman might be the second best worker in that match.
Fuck me. Second to who?
See, that's
the question.
That's the problem. Who's first? Maybe Hogan, I guess. But that's coming over there. But we have plenty of other stuff, including some TNA. And we did Hogan Knows Best, which appeared recently in the Hulk Hogan documentary.
Yes. Jeez. Oh, what a time.
Emily, do you feel like we've earned our vacation?
Oh, 3 times over this week. I'm so tired. I love you so dearly. I'm tired of talking to you.
Do you want a Jameson when we're done?
I'll mix it with my ginger ale.
But hey, there's only one more Nitro after this until Super Brawl, and it's a shot one, so...
That's true. We got a shot coming.
Yeah, we're going to come back strong. But until then, I'm Nick.
I'm Emily.
And thanks for listening to the Butts and Seats podcast.
Bye.